Is Tyler Robinson, the shooter involved in the assassination of Charlie Kirk, a Republican? I'm going to tell you everything that we know about him so far, and believe me when I say it's shocking. Democrats are doing their best to try and fool the American people into thinking that this is all President Trump's fault, and Jasmine Crockett continues to talk to us like we're all stupid. We've got a lot to discuss, but real quick, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to keep yourself informed about what's happening around us.
Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson lived with his transgender partner, according to sources. The individual, who is a male transitioning to a female, is fully cooperating with the FBI. Sources tell me the FBI had texts and other communications between Robinson and the individual that helped FBI authorities solidify that Robinson was indeed the shooter. Again, Robinson has been named the suspect and is in custody. The last question Charlie Kirk answered before he was murdered was, quote, "Do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? Charlie replied, quote, "Too many."
We've heard the narrative from the left. Many initially assumed that Tyler Robinson was a Republican. And while it's true that his parents are registered Republicans, it's clear that Tyler doesn't agree with them politically. One of the last things that Charlie Kirk was asked about was transgender Americans being mass shooters, with many, if not all of them, being mentally disturbed from what we've seen, which shows a clear motive from the shooter, given that he's rumored to be dating a transgendered man who's transitioning into a woman. It's also been discussed that Tyler is a hard-line liberal, given that he echoed some of their statements in unfired bullet casings, one of which read, "Hey fascist, catch." Now, where have we heard that term before? Oh yeah, Democrats keep calling President Trump and MAGA the same thing.
Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
This is what kicking the out of fascism looks like.
Try to prevent the spread of the lawlessness and the fascist chaos that's been unleashed against us.
So when we say Donald Trump is a fascist, fascism, a huge component of fascism is uniting racism, bigotry, a form of racist nationalism.
We are now living in a fascist dictatorship.
We are worried about potential rise of fascism in this country. We're worried about our democracy falling to an authoritarian and potentially fascist form of government.
Is anyone surprised that this kind of messaging influenced younger adults? Because we understand that Democrats rely on repeated messages like propaganda. To them, if you say it enough times, more and more people will actually believe, even if it's a blatant lie. And lying is something that they're good at, but don't get me wrong, Republicans lie too, but they lied about showing us the Epstein list. This one's a level above that, given that people like Jasmine Crockett actually believe in their own words.
I can say that your policies are bad. I can say you're a criminal because you have been found guilty of 34 convictions. Like, I can say all these things because they are true. That's not even just free speech. These are just facts. So don't get mad that I speak the truth and I speak facts, but I literally have never said anything to invoke violence. And I challenge somebody to go and find a clip of a Democrat invoking violence.
Okay, she's asking us for proof, right? She wants us to believe that she's blameless from all this, that she hasn't tried to incite violence against anyone on the right. Well, to that I say, bet.
They talk a lot of noise, but these guys are weak. That's why they're over here trying to bully people. Bullies are always weak. The difference is they expect Democrats to kind of be the nice guys that we are. They expect us to take the punch and say thank you. Well, I am here to tell you, not only are we going to punch back, but we about to beat you down.
To be honest with you guys, we could have an hour-long video dedicated to just what they've said these past 4 years. The problem is that they'll never admit that they're radicalizing young Americans with their language or messaging. That's just a fact we have to live with. But it's disheartening to think that they'd even try to defer blame when the evidence is open for the world to see. Listen to how Nancy Pelosi tries to avoid accountability for their words against Republicans.
People don't have any intention of saying something that's going to lead to something dangerous, but we cannot take responsibility for the minds that are out there and how they hear it.
Now I'm guessing that if the foot was on the other shoe and Republicans talked like them, they'd be saying something very different. But what do you think? Do you think that these Democrats should be held accountable for the violence they've inspired? Or do you agree that they had absolutely nothing to do with it? Let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for watching. Talk to you in the next update.